Okay. So we need only 198 more tritium. Pretty sure. So let me just check. The route. Alright, so we are here and we want to go there. So we're 89 jumps away. And we need 9,996 tritium. If we weighed 13,300, how much do we weigh? We weigh 15,293. That's a lot. A lot more than I thought. It's still only 89 jumps, but now it's 10,499 tritium. So we have 1,000 in the carrier and 8,800 here, which means 9,800 obviously. So even after this, like 183 or whatever, we're still gonna be a bit short, but we're gonna go anyway because we've just been sitting here for way too long. We're just gonna figure it out. We're gonna probably just get decently close, and then we'll be able to buy a little bit to get the extra distance that we need. Because I am so over, and I'm sure basically everyone is at this point, fucking mining Tritium. Oh yeah, if we're talking about WoW real quick, so it took about 6 days for me to like never have played the expansion and having like no level 80s. To get to level 80, get like full conquest gear. And basically be like a new gearing. So WoW is still real easy to gear in. But because it was like really fast or whatever, I was thinking about playing Classic a bit, which is interesting because I played Classic when it came out, but you know, I only got to like level 25 or something. I didn't really play it all that much. And it would, I want to say it would probably be with no add-ons, so like me and my friend would probably be just running around like idiots. No idea where to go or what to do. You know, I'm not trying to like shit talk anyone, but you know, I see some people, you know, that are like, oh, well, Classic WoW is like, it would be on the anniversary stuff, by the way. But anyway, so they would be like, oh, Classic WoW is like the purest form. It's like the best experience for WoW. Like, you know, like you can get lost in the nostalgia again or whatever. And I mean, so I've never played. Like I started playing in like Warlords of Draenor. I played like a little bit in like Mist Pandaria, like, but I really don't remember. I mostly started in like Warlords. So I don't have that nostalgia, but it still does. I played for like an hour yesterday, an hour or two, and it was pretty fun. Um Anyways, back to what I was saying. Some people are like, oh, it's like the purest version of WoW, like, you know, like it's literally like the best version of the game. Like you have no idea what to do or where to go or whatever. And then they're just sat there using like, you know, like Zygar. It tells them like exactly where to go and like what the fuck to do, and you know, it's just like, what are you doing? Like you're over here saying how good the game is and you're not even paying attention to it. And I mean, I guess the argument to be made is, you know, they've done it all before or whatever, and they don't want to like do it again. But I thought that was the whole point of the game. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just stupid or like salty or whatever, but I've seen quite a lot of people that are like praising classic WoW and then they just use like add-on that basically plays the entire game for them. So it's pretty stupid, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. This ship can hold like 192 plus however many bins. No, where do I even know that bins are right here? I'm freaking blind, so I don't know. I'm too lazy to count whatever that is. I just woke up, so that's probably why I sound terrible as well. I'm not gonna be too picky with the Tritium. Just as long as it's like a decent amount per rock, I'll get it. This is decent. I wish it wasn't alert though. It'd be really nice if it's happening. One of my friends actually found a rock that was like, it was like 38% with like high quantity or whatever. I was like, damn, what the hell? How do I find that? Oh, one of the boys died. Anyways, so we are actually we did come out here with like, it was me and like 8 other people. But I would say about half of those people have actually like contributed to like any meaningful degree / at all in terms of like mining. So the next destination is Colonia. Obviously, you know, I've been talking about that. Yeah, so we're gonna be arriving at Colonia, and then so when we get there, we're gonna have them, the people that didn't contribute, we're gonna have those people just make a nice little donation to the you know, my bank account, obviously like in game, because you know, upkeep isn't free, and they didn't mine, so it's gonna be interesting. Lamb rocks. You know, there's a lot of really cool like add-ons that you can get for Elite that I've seen. There's you know, like the EDMC or whatever the hell it is. And then like there's the ED Copilot. Is that like the one with like the like window that pops up and there's like the voice that like talks to you or whatever? I don't know, like I just can't be bothered. Like if there were more add-ons kind of like, you know, like WoW or like Minecraft mod packs or whatever, where they're just like always kind of there. But I'm real lazy and I'm too lazy to like set things up that like launch when the game launches. And I'm too lazy to open them every time. You know, like how in TSM, are you in WoW for like you have to like open the TSM application for it to get like the price data? Like I'm way too lazy for that. But that said, Auctionator is definitely not as good as TSM. So if I actually get into WoW, like retail or whatever, I mean, I guess Classic probably has TSM, probably, but I really don't even want to think about the economy for that game right now. Like, it's probably worse than retail. So, I mean, I really like TSM for things like, you know, like the Destroy, for like mass disenchanting and stuff. Speaking about mass disenchanting, I don't know how to feel about, you know how WoW has got like the knowledge point kind of system thing going? Like, do you know how like professions just used to be chill? Professions are not chill anymore. I mean, I know that, you know, the professions are probably like better now, but like, I don't know, like it just seems like another thing that they've like, you know, oh, it's a weekly, it's a fucking weekly thing, you gotta log in every week, and there's like time gating. Like, why are you fucking time gating like professions? Like, fuck off. One of the main reasons I don't end up sticking with WoW long term is just all of the weeklies. All of them. There's so fucking many weeklies. Like, I haven't done PvE at all yet. Right? And like, when you think of weeklies for WoW, I mean, I typically thought of, you know, like the weekly raid lockout, you know, the weekly vault, you know, stuff like that. Like the dungeon resets or whatever, you know, that type of stuff. I typically thought about things like that, right? Or like world quest things, or like, you know, working on like a mount or whatever type thing. But no, it turns out that the daily like soft caps, I guess you could call them, the daily and the weekly kind of like limitations, time gating, it's just in all forms of the game now, which I really didn't expect. You know, like it's in PvP, it's in fucking crafting, like it's so annoying, dude, and it just makes me not want to play, because, you know, like if I'm playing something, I want to, you know, I want to like get on, do whatever I want, and like get off, and then, you know, kind of just do that type of thing. But with the way that like WoW is set up currently, like retail WoW, like, you know, there's just far too many things. You know, having like a weekly raid lockout is fine, you know, because no one wants to just sit there and like, you know, or at least I don't want to just sit there and like do the raid over and over and over and over again. Like, I get that, but like, I don't know, dude, just putting like a weekly limit on like literally everything they fucking can to just try, it just feels like they're just trying to like, you know, suck their fucking remaining player base dry of, you know, fucking monthly subscriptions and shit, and like the yearly subscription that you can buy or whatever, because they think that like content, I guess, you know, or just systems that literally take longer to do based on nothing but like an arbitrary like weekly lockout or daily lockout, they probably think that, you know, that keeps people playing. And I mean, maybe for some people it does, you know, because maybe some people are like, oh, well, I only play like this much a week anyways, you know, like I don't have like infinite free time or whatever. Right now I do. So, you know, I get on, I hit the level cap, you know, I get all my gear, and then, you know, I'm just fucking waiting, you know what I mean? And I understand that it's like patch-up mechanics and shit, but like why? You know, get the fuck off. Like, for me, like, when I have to wait to do something again, like it's not a good game. And it definitely makes me, you know, be pretty annoyed with it. You know, I just want to sit there and fucking play a game for like 18 hours a day, you know? And I know that you can, but it's like the amount of meaningful shit that you can do is like limited. Unless, you know, you want to make like, you know, what? When I was playing Dragonflight, I had my Resto Druid, my Arms Warrior, my Beast Mastery Hunter. I think that was it. I think it was just those three. I definitely had other characters, but anyways, so I had those three characters that were like, you know, up to like heroic, like, you know, raiding, just because I was so bored. Like, I was just doing the raid like 3 times, you know, because, you know, there was just nothing else to do. You know, you would get your character, you would gear it up, you would do the raid, and then you would be bored because that would, you know, that would only take a long amount of time. You know, like once, right? Like 3 or 4 days once. Maybe a week or 2 if you were going real fucking slow. And then eventually, you're getting to the point where, like, you know, you log on, you do your raid lockout and a couple other weeklies, you know, it's maybe what, like a couple hours, and then you just have nothing to do. So obviously you make another character. But yeah, I don't know. And but then, you know, you just get bored of like making new characters and doing the same shit anyway, but with like a different character. Even though, like, you know, say you really want like a certain piece on like your warrior or whatever, but your warrior is just locked out until the next week. Yeah, then, you know, and then you're just like, fuck it, I'll play the Druid.
It's time now for a Galnet news update.
But yeah, I don't know. That's how I feel about WoW, honestly. Like, how are you gonna have a rat race that literally, like, pretty much all of your gear, well, no, all of your gear is irrelevant, right? In a couple months, what is it, like 3 or 4 months? To be honest, I don't know how fucking long a season is, because I tell you what, I've never played a season all the way through. I always get bored. So like, you have your whole, you have your season like 3 or 4 months, and then oh my god, this rock is spinning real weird. Where the fuck even were I going with this? But anyways, like, I don't know. I already lost my train of thought because the fucking like radio started talking at me, and like my little pea brain is having a bad time, like thinking and like talking while listening to somebody else talk. What was that? Like, I've never played like a season all the way through because I just get bored with them. Yeah. That's probably going somewhere more like better sounding than that, to be honest. But at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. I feel like I got my point across.
This hour of Radio Sidewinder is sponsored by Void Extract Coffee. We harness the power of the vacuum of space to enrich comet water and create a beverage noted for its unparalleled potency and flavor. Available.
One of my friends the other day told me he was out here mining, and he was kind of in a situation like that where there was two like fast spinning asteroids, and one of them like flonked his ship. It was pretty spooky because he almost blew up, and that would have been hilarious, but you know, horrible at the same time. Alright, there's nothing there. But yeah, so maybe maybe I'll stream some classic WoW. At the moment, we both made warriors because warrior is the best class in the game. Even though we've pretty much never played classic before. So it's gonna be I guess real interesting. So maybe I'll stream that. We're about an hour in, like I said. We're undead. We did Brill, or not Brill. We did Death Knell even, and then we just arrived at Brill. But we didn't do any of the quests on the way because we were really tired. It was like 5 a.m. We just ran from like Death Knell, picked up the quests, like the pumpkin quest. I actually couldn't be bothered to get the Gordo's quest for the clone wound because you know, he was like running around in the fucking forest, and it was like all the fucking like, what are those things, like the like the little wolf pigs around it. Anyway, we just basically like, I don't even know what level we are, like 5 or 6, I don't know. And then we're just sat in like, or logged out in the Brill Inn right now. We're playing on like Spine Shatter or whatever, like the PvP realm, because PvE is fucking turbo boring. Even if, you know, you get locked down and you like literally can't do a quest or whatever, like who cares? I did make a test character, by the way, which is how I know about Gordo and his Gloomweed quest that I played for a couple hours. That was on the I don't know what the other server is called on Anniversary, the non-PvE one, like Thunder something or whatever. I did make a test character. It was a mage that I made there. Played it for a bit, just to like, you know, kind of see what's up with classic and like kind of get the vibe or whatever. I only got to like level 8 or something. I don't know, but like I made that character like hardcore solo self-found or whatever. You know, like Hitch CSSF BTW, the fucking PoE retards are out. But when I was like running around playing, you know, even for a short amount of time, it was just constantly in the chat, you know, like every like 10 or 20 minutes, like so and so has reached level 60, and it was like a congratulations sound effect that was playing every time it happened. And the entire time we were playing on the hardcore, I didn't see that message one time. So I don't know if like, or not hardcore, the PvP server, sorry. So I don't know if like if you know, the PvP server is like omega dead in comparison. I mean, I understand that there'll be less people playing because, you know, they're a bunch of weenie hunt juniors. But yeah, I don't know to what extent people don't enjoy that the PvP server, because obviously like I don't want to play on like a dead, I mean, I don't think it's dead, but you know, And like while I was leveling, you know, on the PvE server, I was seeing people like, you know, in the spider cave, in death now, you know, like in the like coming out of the fucking out of the what is it? The grave, like where you literally start. And I saw people running around the town, and like I saw people running around the road, you know, like to Brill, and I just saw people everywhere the whole time. And we saw like and then but when we played on the PvP server, I literally saw like like 2 people, and they were AFK in the inn at Brill. So I mean, as long as the PvP server isn't dead, or as long as it's, you know, not like 95% alliance, you know what I mean? Don't really care too bad, but it was just, you know, it was just a really weird comparison. You know, I went from seeing a bunch of people reach 60 and seeing a bunch of people leveling to seeing like actually just fucking no one. And, you know, not having any knowledge of like their servers or anything. It was definitely weird to see. Oh yeah, one of my other friends who I care less about, who's actually not even my friend anymore, by the way. They were like, oh, if you ever want to be like good at streaming or whatever, like you need to have like a face cam or whatever and all that type of shit. And then I just told them like, okay, I really don't care. Like I'm literally just kind of documenting shit so like my friends can watch it or whatever. Like, because I have this one friend who has like what is it? I don't even know how to describe it. Kind of like they need to like listen to something, you know? Like they literally like can't sleep. So if I can just have like because usually they just listen to like random like long form kind of content or whatever. So you know, I'm just like, haha, review now. Like I don't know, I guess like who would want to like listen to some of it, or he already has. He told me like he's already doing it. So I guess that's kind of cool, helping the homies out. But other than that, like you know, it's really not for anyone else. Literally just for like a couple of my friends and like fucking just kind of documenting shit, you know. Because I've been playing games for so long, and there's been a bunch of cool shit that's happened. And I've always just been like, damn, like, I wish, you know, like, I recorded that. Or like, oh, damn, that would have been really cool to like save that memory or whatever. So, you know, unless YouTube randomly decides to like delete my channel or whatever the fuck or anything like that. Or just lose all of their shit. I guess it'll just be here. I'm not like streaming literally everything I do, obviously, you know, like I haven't streamed in a few days, a little while. But you know, it is what it is, I guess. Some stuff is captured and some stuff isn't. I'm also not really sure how I would deal with like I guess well, I mean, it seems ridiculous to say with my 0 views and 0 viewers, but you know, I don't even really know how I would deal with like, you know, if like actual people started like actually live watching. Like that would be a little fucking weird, to tell you what. Like I don't know, dude. Like one time we had a Discord server, and it was about, you know, something, and it was a public one, and we had like invites out and stuff, and we got to about 150, like 200 people, and people were talking in it, you know, and like hanging out or whatever. And one day after about 3 weeks or something, maybe less, honestly, Am I gonna hit this rock? Oh Jesus. Anyways, so one day after like, you know, not too long, I was just randomly like, hey, this is like really weird, and I just kind of like delete like I didn't even like kick everyone and just like preserve the server or whatever. I straight up just like deleted the entire server because I just didn't like, you know, I just like didn't want it anymore. Like it was just weird, you know, like people just like people that I don't know just like asking me shit, and like, you know, it was just like super weird. So I don't know if I have like the whole mentality for like the whole like public type thing, honestly. But I mean that's happened more than once as well. Like the one I just said there with like, you know, a buck 50 or like 200 people, like that was like the biggest it's ever been. But back also that, oh, let me think, that was like maybe like 2023 kind of. But anyways, so back in like 2017 there was sort of a similar situation where like, you know, I still have that server now though. I just pruned like, you know, 85-90% of the people that were in it, and it's just like me and my friends now. But so that server back then, it started in like 2017. I just kind of did the same thing, honestly. Like, you know, it was just like weird having like so many people that I don't know. Like, it was only like 100 people, so having so many people that I didn't know just like, you know, message me and like, you know, like want to play or whatever, and I'm just like, that's really nice, but kind of no. I don't know, like, you know, like the fucking Blizzard thing, you think you do but you don't, like actually just that, but unironic. Who knows? Maybe maybe, you know, when all the humans are gone type bullshit. And the aliens are coming to like investigate all this stupid shit that we've done. Maybe then, you know, maybe then a bunch of little alien boys will start watching. That'd be funny. Oh my god, these rocks suck. Could you imagine like you're like an actual kind of like alien, you know, like a fucking space enjoyer, and you're you know, you're coming here like long after like all the humans are gone, and then you're just seeing like you know, the different space games, you know, well we have like, well, we have like Eve, fucking this, and Star Citizen or whatever. I mean, I guess this is probably like the best one for them to look at because like it's kind of like the most kind of like the largest map, I guess you could say.
Then again, other ships don't cost 76 million credits. So if you want to fly fast, if you want to blow things up,
yeah, no, I just think it would be really funny.
a different ship. When you've got a job to do, depend on the Type 9. Take on spaceways. Do more.
Hello, Commander. Do you have protection? Well, I think it's about
You know, like they're like looking, because obviously we have like our kind of like local cluster done, right? You know, like fucking Earth and like Mars and all that shit.
you can trust. One that isn't
But you know, so obviously they're gonna be like, ah, okay, so that's what they call those. But then they're gonna look at like, you know, the rest of like the Elite Dangerous map and like all the stars and be like, oh my god, what the hell is all this? They're gonna be like, these idiots really like imaginated an entire fucking galaxy.
Having trouble spotting more prey? You need the Squeegee Squad.
Oh, and God forbid if they go in fucking
Clean ship windows at discounted prices.
what is that shit called?
Contact your local
No
Squeegee
Man's
Squad
Sky.
now.
They go there. and then they jump into like the black hole in the middle, and then they go into like the parallel fucking like universe or whatever they have, like 16 deep like universes. They're gonna be like, oh my god, like, these guys are these guys are some creative boys. Oh god, I didn't eat anything yet. I'm kind of regretting that because I'm a bit hungry. But I'm just gonna finish this mining trip before I decide to eat something, honestly. Do you ever like go to the kitchen and like you know that you're real fucking hungry and you just go to you like open the fridge, there's either nothing or you don't see anything that you can be bothered to make, and then so you just close the fridge and then you look at the freezer and then you're like eh, and then you like go look at the cupboards and then it's kind of the same thing again. You're like looking at this food that you could make, that you could eat, but like you're too lazy. Do you ever get that? And you're just like, I can't be bothered. And then but then you just go back upstairs and then you're like, oh, but what's the alternative? Just never eating. And then you go back after like half an hour or whatever. I do that a lot. I don't know why. Like I'll literally be like too lazy to like put cereal and milk in a fucking bowl. I don't know, I can't explain it. That's probably not a good thing. What fucking day is it right now even? Friday. Because I'm hearing dirt bikes outside. And there's kind of a dirt bike track near where I live, kind of. Definitely near enough to where that you can hear it go down. It's so loud. But they do like a thing where they all go, but that's on Sunday. And I tell you what, if you've been gaming all night, you know, you're staying up into the gamer hours, you're trying to go to sleep at like 6, 7 a.m. Even with all of your windows closed, it is not gonna happen. Like it is so loud. It is annoying. Very, very, very annoying. Wow, look at how quick this one's spinning. Holy shit. But it sucks that it doesn't have any tritium. You know what I feel like would be a positive change to this game? I think that the way limpets work, like I understand from a balance perspective and like kind of like a law perspective and like kind of like an engineering perspective, but so they added the universal limpet, right? Which is kind of cool. But honestly, how many activities are you going to be doing where you need literally like every single limpet? But the fact that it exists is really cool. So then I'm like, well, but it's a size 7, and there aren't a lot of ships that have a size 7 that I like to fly, because I like to fly like smaller ships usually because they're more fun. And I'm just thinking, like, you know, you can get the multi, you know, the like triple kind of useful limpets, the multi controllers in like a size 3, and then I'm like, how come you can't get a universal size 3? And then I was thinking, well, to be fair, to me anyway, a limpet controller sounds like a fucking computer program, or maybe, you know, like maybe worst case scenario, like a fucking flash drive that you stick in. So why do the different controllers take up so much space inside your ship? Well, you know, like I don't understand. Like, it's probably just like software, you know? Like, say you have like one big ass computer in your ship that controls your limpets, like the universal one. But then like that's just how it is normally. Like, why isn't that just how it is, you know? And obviously, you know, it's for balance or whatever, and for having like specific ships for like specific kind of like activities. But at the end of the day, like, it's just kind of annoying. Like, you know, I'm not trying to tell anybody how to like balance their game. You know, I'm not a fucking game designer. I don't understand, you know, all that type of shit or whatever. But like, I don't know, dude. Like, limpet controllers just seem stupid, because, you know, like when you go to like the advanced outfitting and when you like stock up on limpets, you know, you're not stocking up on like, you know, collector limpets or prospector limpets. You know, you're not stocking up on like the individual, you know, type of limpet. You know, like recon or hatchbreaker or whatever. You're literally just buying a limpet. Screw it, we'll mine this rock. You're literally just buying a limpet, right? And your limpet is, you know, what, this little like cylinder boy, right? And so what are you trying to tell me, that the controller takes the little limpet boy and like puts the different like tips on the limpet? Like, nah, like, I don't believe you. Like, I don't believe that like a hatchbreaker limpet and a collector limpet have like the same tip on them. You know what I mean by tip? You know, like the same like business end or whatever. Because a collector limpet, like, he's just going over there picking up a rock and bringing it back, right? But a hatchbreaker limpet has to like, I don't know, like suction to like a ship, and then like have like a little like, you know, like a James Bond type laser, and like cut open like the cargo hatch, right? Like, are you trying to tell me that like when you buy a limpet, they have all of the like, you know, all of the tips on them already? So then that must mean, right, that the controllers must modify the little canister boys to become, you know, what the controller is. But then, right, then why aren't you buying the tips? Why are you only buying the cylinders? I don't know, like, I'm looking way too into this. But you know, that type of shit annoys me. I feel like limpets would be way better if you just had a limpet controller, you know? Like, if it was just limpet controller. And then, like, you know, like, you bought, like, say you wanted to go mining, right? You would buy, like, an amount of, like, prospecting and, like, collector limpets. Like, that would make more sense to me. And I also don't think that the limpet controller should be like this ginormous fucking thing. I think it should be like a size 1. And I also think it's stupid that there's like, you know, different tiers of them, you know? How there's like, what is it? Like A, B, C, D, and E. And how like the different like tiers have like different performance. I think that's dumb as well, because at the end of the day, it's just fucking software. So. But I think that would add like a new layer to the game as well. You know, like if you just had the limpet controller and then you bought the limpets that you want, and if the limpet controller was just like, you know, like, you know how like well, I was gonna say docking computer, there's only one type, but I guess there's 2 now, isn't there? There's a standard and then the advanced. But anyway, regardless, like if it was just limpet controller, like 1A, like if it was just one thing, you know, I think that would be a lot better than what it is right now. I think you would have to like plan out kind of what you want to do more instead of just having like a universal thing. That's stupid. It doesn't make sense and annoys me. Anyway, I guess there's my little limpet run. How are we doing anyway? 95 right now. So we basically need to like do what we've done again a little bit more. Definitely some of our members that came on this expedition have absolutely carried. I'm not going to be naming anyone right now, but some of them have absolutely carried, and some of them have been like absolutely freeloading. But I mean, whatever, you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna have the ones that were basically not mining at all just pay for the upkeep, like I said, for like the extra time it took. Upkeep, I mean. So I think they're gonna be paying close to like 80 million. There's 3 of them, so it's gonna be a decent amount of money, like 250 million or something that I'm gonna get. Well, that I'm hopefully gonna get. Imagine they're like, no, I didn't mind, and now I don't want to give you any money. Oh, that would be annoying, wouldn't it? Like, why did you want to come on the expedition? Then you knew that we would have to mine. Like, it was you that wanted to come, you know, come Beagle Point, you know, come all these places. We did just get thwacked by an asteroid, but thankfully it didn't really hurt that much. Yeah, that was a bit spooky, wasn't it? I guess I should pay more attention. Like right now, right? I don't have a repair Olympic controller yet. I mean, I know that I don't need one right now. I'm still at 94%. But you know how right now I don't have a repair? But if the controller was the same as it is what it is right now, right? Like, I feel like that would be like way cooler, because, you know, like I could anticipate that and I could bring, you know, like 1 or 2 repair limpets, you know, and if I took damage, like I could restore my hull, which I think would be really cool. Because I mean, if for some reason somebody watches this that has never played the game, which I doubt, or if for some reason some of my friends are listening to this, more likely, and being like, "You're stupid." Here's my argument, right? So when you look at this ship build, so we have obviously the refinery, and then we have you know, look at, so we have 1, 2 controllers, 3, 4. We have 4 different oh, we're getting clapped by a rock again. We have 4 different Olympic controllers, right? Like, I think that's stupid. I think that doesn't make sense. I feel like, you know, I feel like he should just fucking. Hey, I wonder if he's gonna make it all the way over there. But anyway, you know, like, it's stupid because you can use those slots for, you know, like other stuff that's actually useful. So having, you know, like so much of your ship just be like the same thing, you know, just be like Olympic collector controllers and like Olympic prospector, I think that's boring. And there's so much other, you know, people talk about like multi-role ships. You could have way better multi-role ships if limpets weren't so fucking annoying. Dude, all these rocks suck. And they're all real dangerous and spinning around and shit. What is this prospect look like? Oh, I crashed into him as he was being sent out. Oh, that's pretty far away. Dude, look at all these rocks, dude. These rocks are actually trying to kill me. Look at this. I have a message right now. Let me look at what it says. I guess I'll use my phone because I'm not trying to get destroyed by another fucking asteroid. Oh, it's one of my crew members. Alright. Yeah, I have 110 tritium right now. So it's not good. It's pretty good. You know, I never really understood. You know, when I saw other content about other content creators, yeah, like anything. But you know, like when I saw content creators say that, you know, their throat or whatever, their mouth gets dry, you know, from like all the talking or whatever. Because I'm like, what do you mean? When I'm, you know, just like hanging out or whatever, like I'm talking all the time as well. But no, like when you sit here and just talk to yourself, it's real different. It's real weird. Your shit just gets like way dry. But yeah, so the reason I decided to like stream is so that, you know, like the VODs just get like automatically uploaded or whatever, and I don't have to do anything. I'm all about that because you know, if you look at, you know, the state of YouTube today versus what it was, I'm trying to think of a day, you know, just like I'm just gonna say like 10 years ago for like a kind of baseline, you know, like the quality of videos that were then versus the quality of videos that are now. Wow. I feel like the quality of videos now are like ridiculously high, you know, like even you just have some kid like mining out a chunk or like how many, like a perimeter, or just like doing something in fucking Minecraft, right? It's like this like big fucking like, you know, bro has been to like fucking Stony Vegas College, you know, it's like a fucking feature-length movie with all the cuts and action shots. It's ridiculous. You know, the production quality is insane. The editing and all that, and I could never be bothered with that. I do have an older YouTube channel that's like has videos from like 16 years ago or so, and literally my videos on that channel are actually like, I had a flip phone, right? And so it was a Sony Ericsson, I think the W300i or 310i or something. It was like a little like clamshell flip phone thing with like black and orange on it. And there was like a weird kind of like like a handle on the back almost where the speaker is. Anyways, literally my first couple of videos on that channel are that phone, you know, like facing backwards, like flipped halfway, so it's, you know, kind of like a laptop kind of shape, and like the phone is just randomly pointing at like 30% of the region of like of the fucking screen, and it's like the worst quality you could ever imagine, and there's like so much like ghosting and like after image, and it's just like hilariously bad, you know. But like that was like honestly the quality of like some of the videos at the time, you know, back when, you know, like you used to have people comment on your videos like, ah yes, 5 stars, you know, that type of shit. You know. But you know, now like it's just insane. I feel like you need like a degree to like be a video editor and like have people watch your shit, which is why I just decided to stream, because it's kind of the same shit, but like honestly, people that stream, damn, it's so easy. You just click start and then you do something and then you click stop. You know, there's nothing else. And like people don't expect it to be edited because it's a fucking stream, you know, and then it's a VOD of a stream, so it's literally just like the easiest fucking way in my opinion. You don't need to do anything like But yeah, I tried to recover my my original YouTube account, kind of when like Oblivion Remastered came out. Just because I wanted to like look at it better. But I can't. I have no idea what like the email or password is or whatever. Oh god. So yeah, I don't know. It's annoying. Oh well. How are we doing? 121. You know, like you're not supposed to like watch a kettle boil or whatever because it'll take longer. That's some bullshit. I have this one friend who we played RuneScape and he really didn't enjoy like knowing how long grinds would take. For example, he did end up getting 99 thieving. But he didn't enjoy knowing how much time it would take. He would prefer to just not know and do it. And for me, you know, like I'm like, how could you not, you know, how like I need to know, you know, because I was at the time we weren't, well actually not at the time we got 99 thieving. We were actively playing the game then, but we took like a couple months break at one point and we weren't playing it at all, or at least no one else was. It was like a group Iron Man thing. But I was still on, but I didn't want to burn out, you know, because I didn't want to you know, play a shit ton alone and then be like, well, I don't want to play anymore whenever the other people returned. And so because of that, I was like, well, what can I do that is 0 effort? And I was like, ah, yes. I will literally just kill sand crabs. Because they're easy and all I gotta do is run, you know, 20 squares every fucking, you know, every like 10 minutes for the aggro to reset. And so I did. And when I got there, I was like level 65 or 70 or something, so you know I was kind of wearing like kind of level appropriate Iron Man gear for that period for that level. You know, I was wearing like rune, and I think I had like I think I did it with a dragon longsword actually. Yeah. Anyways, I was distracted by the surface abrasion things. Anyways, so anyway, I just sat in the sandcrab cave, right? And by the time I left, like you know, the last couple weeks I was in there, I had people saying to me like, "Oh my god, you're such a noob! Like, why are you like level 107 or like 112 or whatever, right? In like a rune with a dragon longsword. Look at you, you're such a disgrace." And I'm like, bro, you don't understand. I've been in this cave for like 3 months. When I came, I was like level 60. And I just sat there and I got fucking, it was like 99 strength, 99 attack, and fucking like 80 defense or something. And you know, like all the HP XP that comes with that. And I was like, I don't know, it was funny because like my friends would, you know, go back on and they were like, alright, you know, like we're ready, like let's play again or whatever. And then they're just like, what the fuck? You know, it's like, what hello? What the fuck? And I was like, oh yeah, I just like AFK'd while like you guys are all taking a break. It was pretty funny. Oh shit. Dude, these asteroids. This one is gonna kill all of my limpets with this like downward action that it's doing. But yeah, honestly, like I don't really play too many games right now. You know, like pretty much I play like a bit of Elite. I play a bit of WoW, kind of like a mix of like, I guess now it's a mix of like classic and retail, but I'm still very much a noob to classic. I think the highest level I've ever got in classic is like, I got like 20, like maybe like 22 or something, when it came out in like 2019. I'm too lazy to wait for all of that stuff to get mine done, so. But yeah, so I still know nothing about classic, honestly. You know what I've noticed recently? I've noticed a ton of people making videos that are titled like the first time like new player like plays X game or whatever, and like for example, Lazy Peon just made a video similar to that on I think it was Oblivion, right? Like never played Skyrim, first time player plays Oblivion or whatever he said, whatever he titled the video. And dude, those videos and that kind of like trend, I guess, and like so many people are just like hopping on that is insane. Absolutely crazy. Like if you're good at editing and like you just make a couple of videos about like a popular game that you know never played, you're just gonna get like so many views, dude. It's insane.
Freedom is to craft your own destiny. Freedom is liberty. Fly free. Fly alliance.
This message is endorsed
The Alliance? When are the Alliance gonna get a mega ship, honestly?
Here, in Capricorn Assis,
with just like a giant. I guess maybe the Panther Clipper might be Alliance, but it's like a cargo ship. Oh my god! Speaking about big ships, turrets in this game, they need to be balanced. They're so shit. Like, I feel like the weapons in this game, you know, like gimbaled, fixed, and turreted, I feel like they should all do the same amount of damage. And I know that that's gonna piss off a lot of people because they're like, you know, oh, like, well, a fixed weapon should do the most damage because it's the hardest to use, so it should be the most rewarding. So, but I feel like the thing that maybe they don't understand or maybe they don't care about is that a lot of people play this game, and the skill, you know, kind of difference in those players is a lot. And you know, like if you're using turreted or if you're using gimbaled, like you're just doing like the amount of less damage that you do to like the higher end like NPCs, like not even in PvP. Like I'm not saying anything about PvP, right? Like maybe they could have a different scaling system for PvP, or maybe like no one cares because no one PvPs in this game anyway. Anyways, I know that's gonna fucking piss at least one person off. You know, like if you're using like even gimbaled, like God forbid if you're using turreted, and you have like some like high end, you know, like PvE ship in this game, like you're literally just shooting them for like, it's like a bullet sponge, you know. It's like you're like level 5 on Borderlands and you're playing, you know, in like oh, I haven't played Borderlands in forever. You're playing on like the new game plus and you're like level 5 and there's like a level like 60 enemy, and you're just like mag dumping like all of your fucking guns into it. It feels like that. It really does. And that's also why I got a little bored of Oblivion, because if you've seen Oblivion, right, you know, especially on master difficulty, like your damage is so low. Amplified at level 1, obviously, your damage is just so low, as you can see in my other streams. That like I would have to like hit, you know, the guy with like melee like 100+ times for him to die, and like that was boring. Definitely Elite Dangerous is like that. Like if you're using turreted or gimbaled and you're trying to shoot some of these like high-end, you know, like elite pilots with like engineered ships, it's gonna take you like half an hour to kill one ship with like turrets, honestly. I mean, probably they will have killed you by that point. So just bullet sponges are annoying. I feel like they could balance the 3 kind of weapon systems in like a different way. I feel like they could just do something with heat where like turreted weapons generate more heat, or like, you know, something like that. Gimbaled weapons generate like a medium amount of heat, and fixed weapons generate like the smallest amount of heat or something. I don't know. I mean, I know that would kind of mess with like rail guns and like plasma accelerators and stuff, but like with engineering, like heat isn't really an issue with those anyways, honestly, when you get them to be efficient, like efficient weapons. So. I guess it's not too much of an issue. Like your capacitor is draining faster than your heat is going up when you have them fully engineered, honestly. And I mean, then you just, you know, if you're still overheating, you just throw in like a fucking thermal vent anyway, so. But yeah, I feel like all weapons should do the same. You know, because especially as well, there are ships that are literally, I feel, designed around using turrets. You know, for example, the Type 10. You know, to a certain degree, the cutter. I know that people can maneuver the cutter, but no, I don't even own the cutter because I think it's freaking ugly. But you know, so like, well, definitely the Type 10. You know, like Type 9, whatever other like thick space brick you can think of. I feel like are designed to use turrets. but then you're punished for using the turret because the damage, you know. So first of all, you have like the actual just lower damage, which say is like half, and then you have the damage fall off, you know, unless you're within 500, you know, with probably 500 meters, right? For most like kind of laser weapons, and then you have like the jitter. So when you factor in those three things, you're doing probably like 20% of the damage that you should be. And I feel like that's just really like, it's a really bad design. Because I do enjoy some of the big thick ships, you know, like I feel like it's pretty cool to, you know, just have like a giant, you know, like laser disco ball. Like a Type 10 and just have it just like obliterate things around you, but like you can't really do that in anything higher than like a low res. Like as if you try to take that into like a high conflict zone or something, or like a haz-res, like you're just gonna not have a very fun time. And I think that that's stupid, and they should be nicer to turrets. What are we at right now anyway? 145. Interestingly, right? I keep seeing like +1 viewer, -1 viewer, which is strange. I didn't expect literally anybody to click on this. But you know, that's weird. We currently have apparently 7 views, like total. Like concurrent viewers is 0, but we have had apparently 7 people click on this for some strange reason, which, you know, it's kind of interesting because I don't anticipate anybody to watch this live. I mean, I'm mostly just making the freaking VOD for the boys. Oh yeah, speaking about that, in the Discord, in the space channel, there is a new post which has all the information about arriving, well, departing from here and soon arriving at Colonia, and how much money and who owes money. So you should go look at that, because yeah, it's pretty funny. Something that I find very strange is like on my my lives page, or whatever the fuck you call it on YouTube, the fucking Elite Dangerous, like the first Elite Dangerous video, or VOD I guess, has got way more views than like all of the other ones, which I don't understand. Like I'm literally just like mining, like just shooting rocks in space. Didn't mean to shoot another perspective there, honestly. Kind of a fat finger on my mouse, but you know. God, my mouse, by the way, has been. God, I've never had a problem with a Razer mouse before. But when I got this one, it's the Naga Pro V2, like kind of like the one that can be like wireless and has like the 3 changing things on the side. You know, like the typical Naga with like the 12 buttons for like MMOs, and like the Hex side, which was like, what was it, like 6 buttons, and then like the normal side, which is just like 2. I don't know who the hell is buying this mouse to use that. Anyways, so this mouse is having like huge contact issues, which are actually causing me like a large amount of trouble. And also my Razer Synapse is like actually stupid. Like my Razer Synapse will randomly like I have some macros saved, right? They're actually for a Lethal Company, where the macros are like it was for like the monitor, you know, like when you're looking at the computer screen. It was like next, it was like, what is it, like next screen show monitor or whatever. can't quite remember, but so there were those, right? And it was like, so slash like next monitor or whatever. And sometimes like when I'm on my default profile, which is literally just 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, like I'll press 3 and then it'll just try and open the chat box of whatever game I'm in and type slash next monitor. I'm just like, what the fuck? And it will just do that forever until I open Synapse. It realizes that it's on the default profile, and then I press 3 and then it's 3 again, and then it just works. So that's really annoying. And sometimes the buttons just straight up don't work. Like I'll be sitting there pressing like, you know, 1 2 3, you know, whatever button it is, and then it'll just literally just not register. Like period, it just literally won't register at all. Which is super frustrating because, you know, yesterday I was playing some rated what is it, like Battleground Blitz or whatever they call it now. And so my 3 button was working, and my 3 is where I have my charge. I play Arms Warrior. So I would charge into people, and then I would try, you know, like my 1 and my 2, which is my Maul Strike and my Overpower, you know. And those 1 and 2 literally would just won't function. And so I would charge into somebody, and I would just stand there and auto attack them like a retard. I just, you know, like I'm spamming 1 and 2 on my mouse and nothing's happening. So yeah, it's definitely been super frustrating, especially in like Black Desert Online as well. I know I haven't streamed BDO yet, but I'm a red player in BDO, and I have some pretty useful shit on my mouse buttons, and I need them to function, you know? Like, I'm not trying to die and lose, like, you know, like 5 bill worth of crystals, you know? So it's definitely really annoying. Like, I wish it would just work. Like, the original Naga, the one that didn't have the stupid removable side, was so much better. I had that for so long, but I accidentally broke one of the switches. One of the switches for, like, I think it was either left click or right click, just because I had it for so long and I had used it so much. But now, couldn't really, like, find that one to buy it again, so. And now I have this stupid new one, which is so annoying. I basically just have to, like, take the side panel off and, like, contact cleaner and, like, a microfiber cloth and, like, clean it every time it starts being stupid, which is really frustrating. But yeah, Razer is stupid. I wish your products would work. I mean, it could be worse. I could have a Razer headset.
This is a Galnet news report from the 15th of May 3311. Winter's supporters claim mining rush victory.
Oh shit, we're out.
Mining boom in LP 855.
Oh, we're out of limpets. Oh, okay.
With supporters of Felicia Winters claiming success over Yuri Grom's pilots. A call for platinum by the system's governing faction triggered an influx of ships representing the two powers.
Damn, I didn't realize the...
Long-standing issues between Yuri Grom and the Federation.
I guess I threw away a couple too many while I was ranting about something.
Who claimed the greatest number of mined resources in the end. Speaking on behalf of Winter's support.
Yeah, that's something else that's been annoying as well. We've been out here in deep space for so long that we've missed a bunch of new stuff, like a bunch of like community events and community goals and like new ship releases and stuff. So it would definitely be nice to you know, not be way the fuck over here. Wanna go back over here and then over here and actually start playing the game again, because being over here is cool, but you know, there's really not much over here.
This has been Nexus X Mark Corrigan reporting for Radio Sidewinder News.
I wanted to do something else as well, like kind of to an extreme side. Because right now, you know, like everybody, you know, like this Explorers Triangle or whatever, like everybody is coming to like Beagle Point. But I thought it would be cool to like, you know, go like over to the side somewhere and see what the fuck is over there. But to be honest, like, it's so weird, right? Because like I get that like there's like a plane, you know, like a certain plane where the majority of systems are found. But then like if you go up or down, even like, you know, vertically, like 100 light years up or down, like you're basically in the middle of nowhere. When you're far out enough. Which is pretty interesting when it comes to like trying to like figure out where to go. Like obviously, if you're in just, you know, like an explorer ship, it really doesn't really matter all that much. You know, you can just find a star, fuel scoop, you know, it really doesn't matter. But when you're bringing a fleet carrier, you kind of have to like, you know, oh, like I want to go there, kind of more type of thing. Which I think is definitely more frustrating and more annoying. But the main thing that annoys me about fleet carriers is the fact that you cannot like queue up like jumps. Like you have to be here for every single jump, which really frustrates me. I feel like it would be a lot nicer if you could, even if you could only queue up, you know, like the amount of jumps that your current like tritium reserves can cover. So usually, you know, that for me right now that would be like 8. Like if I could just queue up 8 jumps and come back in like, you know, like 3 hours or whatever, I'd be really far away. Like that would be fantastic. But no, you gotta sit here and do jumps one by one every like 20 to like 30 minutes, and it is super frustrating. But yeah, I have a docking computer in my mining ship, because I don't feel like losing my mind mining and then you know, coming back and crashing into the fleet carrier or like a station or something. Anyway, I'm getting real hungry. I'm probably gonna eat some noodles, some Nissin, maybe like the chili, because that's really good. But I also might have some samyang. I got the pink, the carbonara or whatever. That's also really good. Probably gonna have that. I gotta work out a little bit because I'm feeling like I've done nothing. I literally woke up and like turned my computer on. So. Alright, let's go ahead and sell this tritium to myself because I'm too lazy to just put it in the storage. The demand is only 34 now. Let's go ahead and what are we doing? Let's get in the Type 9 so that we're ready for whenever we depart. So how much do we have right now? Oh yeah, also the way that you refuel the fleet carrier is like absolutely atrocious. Like they need to make it so that it can just automatically take fuel from the storage. Like putting it like from the storage to your ship and then to the like reserve is ridiculous. I can't believe that you still have to do that. It feels like it was made in 2014. I'll tell you what. And especially, you know, like you gotta sit here and like, you know, like do this. Like look at how slow this is, and like it doesn't get any faster. So you got to do this all the way up to 788. Like it just takes forever. I mean, I don't want to do it right now, but you know, like it just takes forever. It's stupid. It really does me a tilt. Anyway, so hopefully soon we will be traveling towards Colonia. It's 89 jumps away. If you owe money, read the Discord server. If you have been mining, you are amazing, and I love you, and thank you for mining so much. We've been here for like, I don't even know. How long has it been? 3, like almost like 4 months now. It's been like 3 months total. Real long time. Anyways, I'm gonna stop streaming now and find something to eat. You're all pog. I'll see you later.